Okay, we're going to be installing this light today. Going to unpack it and install it. We're going to put it on the outside of the beam. We're going to run the wire in the attic and bring it down to an existing dedicated circuit that's here for this refrigerator. Building with Papa. Okay, I'm going to show you how to install this motion sensor light. It's adjustable on the brightness. I like it a lot. You can adjust it from 3,000 lumens to 5,000 lumens. All right, let's get started.
Different between the tips. We're thinking about getting the bigger surface cleaner, you know, when you hold on to it and everything. Hold it on top.
This light, this attaches to, you see the prongs? The prongs has an arrow for the top. This screw here is going to screw into this top. So we have to mount this onto the wall on the outside, and then this screw here is going to go through this and attach to this. Okay? Okay, not an issue. Okay, it's going to screw through there. So we attach this to the wall, then we screw this to this piece, and then the fixture gets screwed to here. All right, let's get started. And then right where that pencil line is, all right,
It's wrapped around it.
okay, I made a hole in the ceiling where I want the wire to come down, and I take the fiberglass rod and I bring it up into the attic. Okay, can you push it through? Okay. Okay, we have the fiberglass rod up into the attic. Now I'm going to strip the wires and attach it to the fiberglass pole. All right, what I do is I like to peel it away, the white and the black wire, and leave the ground wire so that I can attach it to the fiberglass rod. All right, I spread them out, I cut them off. This way I don't have a whole bunch of wire at the end, and it makes it easier to bring it through the hole. All right, now I wrap the ground wire around the fiberglass pole on the metal end. The fiberglass is very flexible, and I wrap this around for it to be tight. Use your pliers if you have to. And then, so that it doesn't get caught on anything, I like to use some tape to put around it. It helps it slide through different areas. We have to go up in the attic and then all the way across to the other end of the garage in order to get to the outlet that we are going to get the power from. This light is not a switchable light. It is just going to be hot all the time and work as a security light, so that when motion is in his driveway, the light will come on. It's to deter anybody from taking anything out of their vehicles As you know, there's many people who will try and get into your vehicle and steal your stuff. This is going to deter them. All right, now we push the fiberglass rod up. I want to get the wire up into the ceiling before we get into the attic. All right, now we've got the wire in there. It's not as far, but this is what we're looking for. We've already made sure the GFI is off, the breaker. Okay, I'm going to attach this outlet. It was behind the refrigerator in the garage. There's a cut-in box here in the wall. Someone had added this. So it's going to be simple to pull out and run the wire to it. The fish tape did very well. It came up from there where I did, and then it bent over, and then somehow it came all the way over to here. Very good. All right, now I'm going to grab it and we'll pull it through. And I already attached the wire to the other end. Okay, now pulling the fiberglass rod that has the wire attached to it, and we're going to bring it to the other side of the garage where I already took the outlet out, and there's this yellow wire. That yellow wire is going down to that box. So there's an opening here in the top of the framed wall, and I'm going to slide the rod down into that to where we can see it down at the box. All right, it came through, and there it is, down at where the box is. Now we pull the rod down, and as we do, there's our wire. Okay, now once we have the wire down long enough, now we know we have plenty of wire at this end. Okay, when you get your wire up on the trusses, make sure you tack them down so they're not going to be pulled from one way or the other. Okay, we have plenty of wire over at the outlet, and now we're going to pass this wire through the hole that we had drilled to get to the exterior. So slide your wire through. I know it's going to be excess, but we'll just cut off what we don't need. All right, pass it all through, and then you're going to need to secure your wire so that it doesn't move at this end either. Okay, now the wire is a bit long, but I'm just going to show you before I cut it. We want the wire to come through here. Okay, we need this to be tall. Okay, now in order to do that, we're going to have to drill a hole inside in here because the screw is goes about an inch past this. So we're just going to drill a small hole about an inch in so that the screw can tighten up nice and tight to this connection or to this plate. Okay. Wires. Okay, stop.
Okay, I want the hole to be right there. So I start it there. Start it there. The important part is I want this to be over the hole, so the screw will go all the way in. Okay, it's a beautiful thing. All right, let's strip these now. These strippers will be in the description. Bring your wires through. Okay. Okay, make sure you have the arrow up, the wires coming through. I'm going to connect the ground wire first. Gives you this little screwdriver. If you don't have a small one. Okay. And tighten it up. So we don't get any moisture. It has a weather seal here. These two prongs go into that. And you have these two go into this top, so you know you're not going to mess it up. Okay, now when it went on, the screw came further out of of which we want, and now you screw it in. Okay, now she's in. Now we set our lights the way we want them. Okay, now everything is set up for us to go in, and now we're going to hook up the power to the outlet, and then we'll power it up once everything's hooked up. All right. Okay, well, this wound up being a cut-in box here, so it made it simple when I pulled it out and brought the wire through. It also is a Romex connecting box, so I'll just be able to punch that in and bring my wire through. So I know I want my wire to be there. I'm going to strip it here, and then you want about 7 inches. Okay. Now I'm ready to go in the box. Before I do, you want to test and make sure you still don't have power in there. We turned off the breaker. I know we did. The green light is not on the GFI outlet, meaning it has no power. Okay, and you can't reset it, means it has no power. So we just double and triple check that there's no power before I pull this out. This is a dedicated circuit with a 20 amp breaker, so I know it's going to be fine for my exterior light that I'm using. Okay, you break that inside here. You only have to pull it through about 1 inch, okay, and that's fine. Okay, so now strip your wires. Okay. First thing I'm going to do is a ground wire. Okay. And we'll do the common. And we need to cut those a little shorter. Okay. Now we hook up up our power. Okay. Now, okay, this is a cut-in box. As you tighten these screws up, the little flopper, flipper, whatever you want to call it, goes in between the drywall and holds it in place. You have one on the top and you have one on the bottom. Okay, turn it on. Okay, once you turn the power on, you need to wait 60 seconds before you do any programming. Okay, so the light is on, and we're gonna wait a minute, and then we're gonna program it. Okay. Put the time one to test, the dual brightness to off. Okay, and the sensor to low. We're going to put it on low. Test, low, and off. And the temperature to the brightest or whatever brightness you want. All right, so now we're going to face this down to where we believe it's the desired spot. I have it on low sensitivity. I want to see how far it goes before it activates. So I walk out here and wait for the lights to turn off. Okay, now the lights are off. I'm going to walk to see where. Okay, that's on low. I think I'm going to change it to medium and see what it does. Okay, I adjust it to medium, walk back out into the driveway. We're going to wait for the lights to go off. Start the motion. Well, that's still up here. I think I'm going to change it to high sensitivity. You know what? I'm going to move this up first. And change it to high. Now walk back out. Okay, lights are off. And now I'm going to move to see if it sets. Beautiful. It went off. That's what I want. I want to be able to take this. Now I'm going to walk out to the sidewalk and see if that detects there or if that's too far. Oh, I thought there was a sidewalk. Okay, I believe we have the sensitivity. I have it on high, and the motion sensor that's there, if you want it to go further out, you have to lift it up. So I've lifted it up so it's before the street and when someone's walking up before they get to their cars. And this way it'll all work out. I think this is good. Building with Papa. Like, subscribe, and ring that bell. Give me a thumbs up. See you on the next one. Yeah.